Om Shri Matre Namaha. We had 4 Vedas, but everybody knows Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvana Veda, and Upavedas. In Upaveda, after that, Upanishads. Upanishads, that is called Vedantas. End of Veda is called Vedanta, that is Upanishads. There are 108 Upanishads, famously we can find in Vedas. 108 Upanishads were prescribed by various seers. Among 108 Upanishads, it is mostly highly selected 10 Upanishad, that is Dasha Upanishad. They are primarily called Ishakena Katha Prashna Mundamandukya Tirihi Aitareyancha Chandogyam Brihadaranyako Yatha. Ishopanishad, Kenopanishad, Kathopanishad, Prashnopanishad, Mundakopanishad, Mandukyopanishad, Taittiriyopanishad, Aitareyopanishad, Chandogyopanishad, Brihadaranyako. These 10 Upanishads are mainly considered the most important one. In Upanishads, we can find the beautiful and best character, the best seer called Uddalaka Aruni. Most of the people not know in detail. Uddalaka Aruni or Aruni, referred as Uddalaka or Uddalaka Varuni, etc., according to Upanishads, based on Upanishad. His character, we can find his description, his history, his preachings, everything we can find in different Upanishads. Most of us not know well about Uddalaka Aruni. That's why I took the topic of Uddalaka Aruni. Even myself I have to know and make you all also to know well. Because we people are really fortunate to have Vedic seers like Uddalaka Aruni, etc. Even Nachiketa, Kathopanishad, like that, so many people are there. Among them, Uddalaka Aruni, he is a good seer of finding in Upanishads. Uddalaka Aruni was a philosopher of Vedic India. His teachings are recorded in Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya Upanishads. Uddalaka always follows the principles of his ancestors. And because Uddalaka's father was a shrewd man, that's why Uddalaka got the same hereditary shrewdness. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is just one among the countless such Uddalaka Aruni who attained reputation in Upanishad texts. Such Uddalaka Aruni, we have to understand his philosophy and nature. And we have to understand so many stories regarding Uddalaka Aruni. Because he is a brahmachari, he had a Guru Daumya. So many stories are interrelated about him. These detailed description we have to understand in Upanishads. The Aruni Upanishad states that bookish and spiritual knowledge also. That's why we have to know the great seers and their philosophies and their works and their biographies, because it will reflect towards us to be at least pious. May not be bad, may not be good, but may not become bad. We should learn such great souls' life history. Now, let us start the title Uddalakarani with prayer. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Aruni also referred to as Uddalaka or Uddalakarani or Uddalaka Varuni. He is a revered Vedic sage of Hinduism. He is mentioned in many Vedic era Sanskrit texts, and his philosophical teachings are among the centerpiece in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and Chandogya Upanishad, two of the oldest Upanishadic scriptures. A famed Vedic teacher, Aruni lived a few centuries before the Buddha and attracted students from far regions of the Indian subcontinent. Some of his students, such as Yajnavalkya, are also highly revered in the Hindu traditions. Both Aruni and Yajnavalkya are among the most frequently mentioned Upanishad teachers in Hindu scriptures, Hindu mythology. According to Ben Amischur Festin, a professor emeritus of philosophy at Tel Aviv University, Uddalaka Aruni was one of the first philosophers in record history. First philosopher. In the Chandogya Upanishad, Aruni asked metaphysical questions concerning the nature of reality and truth, observes a constant change, and asks if there is something that is eternal and unchanging. From these questions embedded in a dialogue with his son, he presents the concept of Atman and universal self. The name Aruni appears in many of the principal Upanishads in numerous verses. For example, in section 3.7 and 6.2 of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, as a major dialogue between Aruni and his guru Shvetaketu, a dialogue about Atman and Brahman that contains ideas foundational to Vedanta school of Hindu philosophy. The dialogue sets the context of the son who goes to Vedic school for 12 years of studies. He is concerned that he has learned the books means Vedas. Aruni, the father, inquires and presses Shvetaketu whether at school he pondered and understood the nature of existence. What is truth? What is reality? The meaning of life and self-knowledge, and the relationship between oneself, other beings, and the universal self. In verse 1.1 of the Kaushitaki Upanishad, where the section of Gangya invites Aruni, but he sends his son to that event. This verse is notable for the conversation therein that suggests the full name of Aruni to be Uddalaka Aruni Gautama, and the mention of him as one of the characters in a group event that hosted Vedic studies in the Hall of Sacrifice. In the Kathopanishad, which opens with the story of Vajashravasa, also called Aruni Uddalaki Gautami. According to Max Muller, German scientist and Indologist also at Oxford University, assuming the manuscripts have been correctly reproduced over their history, there may be a difference between Uddalaki grandson, Uddalaki son. But he has Adi Shankara considered them to be same Aruni in his commentaries on the Upanishads. He is also Atman and Brahman. Text says, Sage Aruni is revered in the Hindu tradition, and like many of its revered ancient scholars, later era, oneself, other beings, and the universal self. And also, some scholars from the earliest times attributed or named their texts after him. Some of these treatises include what that accordingly Aruni Shruti, also called Uddalaka Shruti, likely a medieval era theistic text that has been lost to history and one cited by Madhvacharya. Aruni Upanishad, also called Aruneya Upanishad, is one of the ancient or oldest renunciation and monk life related in Sannyasa Upanishads of Hinduism. The text was likely completed in or after 4th century BC, but before the start of the Common Era, according to Joachim Sprockhoff, the German scholar of Upanishads, and according to Patrick Olivelle. The Aruni Upanishad states that bookish and ritual knowledge is irrelevant. The true pursuit of knowledge is the meaning, the essence, and the import to the Vedic ideas. One has the right and duty to abandon the worldly life in the singular pursuit of spirituality. Let us see his influence. Uddalaka Aruni is said to have systematized the Vedic and Upanishadic thoughts. Many Mahakavyas are ascribed to sage Uddalaka Aruni. Among those, Tattvamasi, a kind of principle of the Chandogya Upanishad is an oft quoted thought in Hinduism. Its teacher is Uddalaka Aruni and the student his son Svetaketu. His teachings extend beyond metaphysical speculations and philosophy. Parts of his works contain the seeds of Indian atomism because of his belief that particles too small to be seen massed together into the substances and also objects of experience. Some scholars, such as Hermann Jacobi and Randall Collins, have compared Aruni to Thales of Miletus in their scientific methodology, calling them both as primitive physicists or proto-materialist thinkers. One would be hard pressed to find a better or a loftier conception of the philosophy and principles of Guru in all of human civilization than this. Perhaps of all the surviving cultures in the world, it is only Bharatavarsha that still cherishes and has maintained its sacred tradition of Guru Sishya unbroken to this day. Indeed, the Guru Sishya traditions is an outstanding original gift that our Sanatana civilization and culture has given to the world. There is a reason why this culture has dedicated an entire festival that celebrates this tradition, the Vyasa Purnima or the Guru Purnima. Indeed, there are an infinite number of stories, ballads, legends, and songs composed over at least 3 millennia extolling the sacred tradition. One such story is that of Uddalaka Aruni. Our tradition reverses Aruni as one of the most exalted Vedic rishis, whose discourses and meditations occur in the foremost Upanishads, such as Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and Chandogya Upanishad. The most famous Vedantic Mahakavya, Tattvamasi, was said to be and imported by Aruni in a discourse to his son Shvetaketu in Chandogya Upanishad. The celebrated Rishi Yajnavalkya was a disciple of Aruni Uddalaka. Aruni is also one of the acharyas in the same Veda tradition. This is the story of Uddalaka Aruni, the brahmacharin, the student before he went to become a rishi. It is a model, a motivation, an eternal inspiration, and a lived demonstration of our Guru Sishya tradition, which Radhakund Mukherjee has described so beautifully. The teacher holds the pupil within him as in a womb, impregnates him with his spirit, and delivers in him a new birth. That should be known. This conception of education molds its external forms. The pupil must find the teacher. He must live within him as a member of his family and is treated as his son. The school is a natural formation, not artificially constituted. It is a heritage, aid sylvan surroundings beyond the distractions of urban life, functioning in the solution of and silence. The constant and intimate association between teacher and student is vital to this education. The pupil is to imbibe the inward method of the teacher, the secret of his efficiency, the spirit of his life, and these things are too subtle to be taught. This story of Uddalakarni occurs in the Paushya Parva of Adi Parva of Mahabharata. Rishi Ayoda Dhaumya, like all Vedic rishis and preceptors, taught the nurtured numerous disciples in Gurukulam. Of these, the disciples were most notable Upamanyu, Aruni, and Veda. Aruni hailed from Panchala. On occasion, Dhaumya was informed that there was a breach in the watercourse of his field, a result of which water would flood and destroy his crop. Dhaumya summoned Aruni and instructed him to look into the matter and to close the breach. Aruni bowed to him and hurried away as ordered by his guru. When he arrived at the field, he saw that breach was completely broken and that he could not repair it by the usual means, and felt distressed at his inability to carry out his guru's orders. Aruni thought about it for a long time and finally found a solution. What he did know? He would himself plug the breach. Accordingly, he walked up to the breach and lay down, his body acting as an embankment and wall, preventing the water from flowing into his guru's fields. Evening descended and the night. Aruni lay in that position unmoving throughout the night and in the next morning. In the morning, Dhaumya noticed that Aruni had not returned. He asked his other disciples and found that he was in the field. Aruni said to Guru, I am guarding the watercourse with my body because there was no means to repair it and prevent the water from flooding and destroying your field and unable to get up from it. Daumya was overwhelmed by this unwavering, unqualified devotion towards his Acharya and told him, O Aruni, by this act of your supreme reverence, you have won over your Guru. You have obeyed my words without a single question. You will obtain great fortune and respect in this world. All the Vedas and Dharma Shastras will shine within you. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is just one among the countless such episodes of our unbroken Guru Sishya tradition. When we observe this and contrast it with our own time, the true extent of our downfall becomes clear as daylight. To the extent that this tradition is thoughtlessly, routinely mocked in what is known as popular culture, one wonders what the contemporary definition of culture it is. This abysmal state of affairs is known as popular. Uddalaka was a great rishi. He had a son named Swetaketu. After giving him the sacred thread at the proper age, the rishi called him one day and said, Swetaketu, proceed to the house of a guru and living there as a student, learn the Vedas well, for there is none in our family who is not learned in the Vedas. As directed by his father, Swetaketu went to a Gurukula or the ashrama of a guru and studied the Vedas under the guru. He returned home when he was 24 years of age. A proud scholar, he thought that there remained little else for him to remain and to know. His father was a shrewd man. He at once knew that his source was swollen with pride. He wanted to correct him and gave several tests and explained him with details to wipe out the proudness, as Uddalaka said. The bees, my child, collect the honey from different flowers and mix them in the hive. Now, honeys of different flowers cannot know one from the other. My child, the rivers that run in the different directions rise from the sea and go back to the sea. Yet the sea remains the same. The rivers while in the sea cannot identify themselves and as one of particular river or another. So also creatures that have come from Sat know not that they have come from that Sat. They become, although one or the other again and again. Uddalaka then asked his son to bring a fig fruit. When he did so, Uddalaka asked him to break it. He broke it. Then discussion. Uddalaka, what do you see in it? Swetaketu, his son. I see small seeds. Uddalaka, break one of the seeds and say what you see. Swetaketu said, nothing can I see. Next, Swetaketu, nothing, sir. Uddalaka, you are unable to see the minute particles of the seed after breaking it. Now, the big fig tree is born out of that essence of that particle. Like that, the true being is essence of all creations. Uddalaka asked his son to bring some salt and put it into a cup of water and brings the keeps next morning. And Uddalaka is always hard work natured man. Swetaketu did so. Uddalaka asked Swetaketu, You put the salt into water in this cup. Will you take the salt out of it? Svetaka said, I am not able to finish and salt, for it is a dessert. Uddalaka, taste a drop from the surface of this water. Svetaka, it is in saltish. Uddalaka, now the taste of a drop now middles of the cup. Svetaketu said, it is the same Sati, saltish, Uddalaka. Now taste a drop from freedom to freedom. In this way, we can find Aruni is all the way encouraged his son Svetaketu. Svetaketu said, it is saltish all the same. Uddalaka, now child, you do not see the salt, although it is certainly in the water. Even so, a true being is present everywhere in the universe. It's a comparison. Salt mingles in the water. You cannot separate it. Similarly, you do not see him. He is essence of all and the desire of all. He is known to the subtlest intellect. Svetaketu became humble thereafter and became a great rishi himself in course of time. This is a story from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The Uddalaka Aruni or Uddalaka Aruni was a philosopher of Vedic India whose teachers or who teaching are recorded in the Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya Upanishads. One of the first philosophers in recorded history. He taught that everything in the universe, including all living things, is made of three elements: heat in light, water and food in plants, and furthermore that all of these were manifestations of the universe, self or Atman. It has been suggested that his teachings contain the seeds of Indian seeds of atomism because of his belief that particles too small to be seen mass together into the substances and objects of experience. A descendant of Varuni is entirely different from his attitude. Uddalaka Rishi and his ashrama in Vedic state of Brahmavarta, where ashrama of Vedic is Pippalada, Dadichi, Chavana Maharishi also existed. These rishis are the composers of the oldest of 10 Upanishads, which date back to Rigveda. Period. They also have contributions to Vedas. Aruni hailed from the country of Panchala and was known as Aruni of Panchala. His son was Svetaketu. The teacher Daumya, upon seeing the dedication and sincerity of Aruni, Daumya was very much pleased upon Aruni and gave him the title Uddalaka. Later, Aruni became very famous under the name of Uddalaka Aruni. In the Kathopanishad, Uddalaka Aruni has been portrayed as a very learned sages who had performed numerous yajnas. Uddalaka Aruni was also called Vajashravas because he organized innumerable community feeding programs. Vajashravas had one negative quality, as he had no control over his anger and flew into uncontrollable rage at trifles. Inessentials. His wife was Vishwavara Devi. The son of Vajashravas was the great young seeker Nachiketa. In a fit of rage, Vajashravas had given Nachiketa to Yama, death god. Uddalaka Aruni is said to have systematized the Vedic and Upanishadic thoughts. Many sutras are ascribed to sage Uddalaka Aruni. Among those, Tattvamasi illuminates the Chandogya Upanishad, which is a part of the same Samaveda. This great utterance is repeated 9 times in the Upanishads as the Uttamate, ultimate truth, which reveals itself as the conclusion of each inner experiment. The teacher is Uddalaka and the student Svetaketu, his son, engaged in profound soul system. Shreekantāya Kalyananade Nadedram Shri Venkatnivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam Mangala Premadacara Brogame Sarvesha Purve Racharye Satkutayastu Mangalam.